Hello, Darlene.
Hello, Brian.
We're on the roof for the last time.
For the very last time.
Yeah.
Kind of sad.
Yeah, we're heading to Bangkok later.
Yeah.
And then home for a couple months, 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
So we've had quite a few questions. I think that we confuse people, and that's quite possible.
I think
right?
we confuse ourselves a lot of the time.
So we always sort of we do an introduction and say we're sort of ketovore, carnivore-ish. Like we don't know. And I guess to begin with, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
So surprisingly enough,
Do we now?
Yeah, we have people watching our videos asking us what we're talking about. So I guess we'll try to clarify that now.
Someone wanted to know, what is a ketovore diet? And I had no idea. A couple of months ago.
Right.
Yeah.
So originally when I lost weight 10 years ago almost, right, I did the keto diet.
You did the
which
keto
was,
diet.
I think fairly new then.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And it allowed vegetables like leafy greens, low-carb veg, broccoli, spinach, all that sort of thing, right?
Yep.
Sort of stay away from the starchy stuff.
Yeah.
Moderate protein, high fat.
Yeah. Okay.
Worked pretty good for me. Still had issues with cravings.
Yes.
Right. And at the time we were reading about carnivore, which is only animal products, so that's simple.
Yes. What are animal products besides meat?
Yeah, so you're allowed, I
Eggs?
guess, well, they recommend heavy cream, eggs, cheese.
Because cream is from
and
a cow.
meats. Right,
Okay.
but the thing is, milk also has sugar in it. Right?
Yes.
And heavy cream
It has to
less.
be heavy cream, not regular milk.
Right, so it's simple.
Okay.
And
that would by nature be very, very low carb. If you are strictly carnivore,
could be almost zero
almost
carb.
zero carbs.
Right.
Okay.
So what we tend to do is we tend to allow small amounts of carbs. So we're not eating vegetables. You are a little bit.
Yeah.
But
a little bit.
so I mean, I put coconut milk. Coconut's not an animal.
No.
Right. So we put some coconut milk in a sauce.
Sure.
But I think that we're leaning heavily towards the carnivore, and I think you break it down possibly by the amount of carbs you're eating. Right. If you're not eating any plants, you've got extremely low carbs. Right?
Yes.
So when I have a big meal, like when I have a day when I finish off eating 2,000 calories, 175 grams of protein, and I only have 2 grams of carbs, that's pretty much a carnivore-ish diet. Well, I guess we should stop calling it that.
So to answer our viewer's question, what is your definition of a ketovore diet?
Ketovore is not quite 100% all meat products. You allow very small trace amounts of carbs into your diet, and it may be 10 grams of carbs, 15 grams of carbs. So a purist would say you're not carnivore, even if that's 98% of your diet.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And I think that's kind of where we fall.
Okay.
Right? So, I mean, we were going carnivore, really enjoyed it, but we had some spinach in the fridge, and we ate small amounts with a couple meals rather than throw it out.
Right.
I don't think you particularly have to,
No,
but I don't think it's
no.
a horrible thing. And I think, so my metabolism has some issues with diabetes and obesity, and you have not. You always, anytime you go in and have a medical, when they get all your
blood
tests
work's
back,
always good.
they're always perfect, right?
Through no effort on my
and
part.
you don't seem to have as many issues related to eating small amounts of carbs. So I guess you pick your way forward.
So would it be fair to say we're still kind of finding our way? It's always going to be leaning towards carnivore, probably.
So what you just said is we're still sort of finding our way.
We are.
But we're almost 70. I mean, how can that be?
I know.
So, and I will say one thing. I think in our age group, right, specifically like the baby boomers, we were told hard and fast, right?
Oh.
You ate cereal for breakfast. You had an English muffin. If you were diabetic, you had a muffin and toast and half an egg with no butter, right?
We were fed, pun intended, some bad information.
We really have trouble stepping outside of that.
You do. That's a habit of a lifetime.
Yeah. So I think it's very difficult for people in our age group to actually accept the fact, and we get lots of people that have nothing but kind thoughts for us, send us messages saying, I really think what you're doing is dangerous. I mean, we all know that you shouldn't be eating red meat. Animal fats will kill you. And I mean, there's been so much work done, and Dr. Ken Berry and a lot of others, right, have done so much work to prove that's not true.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of...
that's what we've heard.
Right, and when we were young and you went to the doctor, if you dared question a doctor...
Oh, doctors were gods.
Right.
Quite, literally to people.
Right.
Figuratively to people.
Yeah. And they were.
Yeah, and a lot of people still adhere to that. Whatever your doctor says.
Right.
And we're not saying all doctors are bad, but maybe they and you need to do a little more research if you're concerned. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so I guess what we're saying is I don't think that the exact carb count matters.
No.
It works differently for different people. I'm really happy with 5 or 6 grams of carbs a day.
Yeah.
I mean, a purist would say I'm not carnivore because I had an ounce of coconut milk, right? And that's true. But yeah, I would say I'm essentially carnivore. You're a little bit ketovore, but they're just labels, right? They're just labels. So I think what you do is you don't be afraid to experiment. See, somebody will say, well, I wouldn't do that for a month. I could die. Well, you've been eating Cocoa Puffs for 50 years, right?
You're still here.
No, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
You've been eating this horrible diet that everybody will tell you is incredibly unhealthy. So why wouldn't you just try something else and at least see how you feel going forward?
Yeah.
And just give something a try. You don't want to do what we do? Don't. Do something else.
Yeah. Your body will tell you.
Yeah, if you think that the carnivore sounds extreme, and it did to us.
Oh, it did to us, for sure.
Then go ahead and try the keto diet. That's moderate protein, healthy animal fats, green veg. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Did we clear that up?
I don't know. I think so. I think I understand it better now.
So I guess when we start all of our videos, we always start by saying we're keto carnivore, carnivore.
Wait a minute. No, we're not.
Right. And we've made up half of them, right?
Sorry, I've still got a little frog in my throat from my cold.
So I'm essentially carnivore. You're ketovore.
Do you remember Donnie and Marie? Did you ever watch the Donnie and Marie show?
Yeah.
She was a little bit country. He was a little bit rock and roll.
Yeah.
Are you Donnie? You're Donnie. I'm Marie.
You think?
I think so. I love that show. Anyway,
and you just figured you'd find a way to work that in no matter what, right?
Gotta promote, represent.
Do you remember Barbara Eden on I Dream of Jeannie?
I do. Please don't go there.
I just thought I'd work that in.
So yeah, we're still finding our way, but we know it's going to be within those 2 ranges: ketovore, carnivore.
And they're just labels.
They're just labels.
Cut out all what you know is unhealthy foods.
Yeah.
And try to ignore a lot of the bad information you've been taught.
Yeah. Don't overthink it.
Right. Yeah, and good luck to you.
Yeah.
And if you enjoyed this, which is, it's hard to believe you would.
It's hard to believe anybody would.
But subscribe if you'd like.
All right.
We'd appreciate it.
Bye now.
Bye now.